Well, hello everybody. Today we have The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. If this is your first time here, then we're glad to have you here, and if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. This is one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm very glad to be sharing it with you. Before we get into it, there are a couple notes that I want to get through. First of all, this is going to be more of an homage to those old style Let's Plays. You know how they are. No webcam, 720p footage. Not necessarily about, getting the most views. I don't care. I'm doing this for myself here. I wanted to have something that I can put on in the background while I go do other things. So to me, the quality is not important, but rather the content. To that end, this is not really going to be a gameplay Let's Play. There are plenty of them out there with way better quality than mine. So I'm going to be somewhat role-playing in this one to try and, carve my own niche out for myself and not try and do something that everybody's already done before. And along with that, I'm going to be minimizing the amount of meta knowledge that I'm using. I don't think that makes for a good viewing experience if I go on the wiki, look up how to make fortify intelligence potions, and then break the game in the first 10 minutes. I don't think that's very fun and engaging for the viewer. So, we will be minimizing the amount of metagame knowledge used. And then the last thing we'll get into before we introduce the character is the mods. It is 2022. You can't really play Morrowind without modding it. And so we just have a very, very short mod list here. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see that I'm running Open Morrowind. This is a port of the original Morrowind that provides added stability. It changes around some of the formulas of how to, how the game calculates percent chances of success. And it also allows you to, play the game in 1080p and not in 640 by 480p. And so that is the main thing that we're going with, and then we have only one other mod, and it is the Delayed Dark Brotherhood Attack mod, because the character I will be introducing to you is a light armor build, and I do not think it is fun, fair, or engaging to the viewer if I get the second best light armor set in the game at level 1. So that delays the Dark Brotherhood attack until much later. So, with that all out of the way, let's go ahead and introduce our character. Thorinus was not sure why he was on a boat to Morrowind, but at this point, the why and the how were not relevant to him. The only thing that mattered was what he would do next. He grew up in Valenwood in the northeastern city of Arethnia. Arenthia was situated near the tripoint of Valenwood elsewhere in Cyrodiil, and its culture and population reflected this. It was not a city typically imagined when the Bosmer were discussed, lacking the large moving trees that fit the stereotype of the province. The Empire's influences could not be understated, and it was often the case that those who did not follow the ways of the Septim dynasty were left behind in the comings and goings of the city. Thorinus was born in the 380th year of the Third Era, under the sign of the Shadow, not long before the 5-year war with the Khajiit. While people always came and went in his city, the increase in soldiers always stuck out to him. He did not like this presence and knew where to place the blame. It was not the fault of the Khajiit. The various races of Tamriel would never truly be able to like each other because of the wild differences that exist. It was the fault of the Empire, who were soldiers of fortune in his eyes. They were there to exploit the non-Imperials and underworld types as they saw it. The skooma trade ran through Arenthia, and if the Empire had not outlawed it, the skirmishes between smugglers who had no other profession to turn to, and the legionaries who didn't know what they were fighting for, would not be as bloody and destructive as they were. Growing up in a city that was imperial in most aspects, Thorinus was trained in the combat arts. Each pupil was to select a few different aspects of battle to focus study on, and his selections were in short blades, hand-to-hand combat, and, as every Bosmer child would, marksmanship. He had little interest in the use of bows and arrows, opting instead for throwing implements, as he found it far more satisfying to kill using his raw strength and dexterity as opposed to relying on a bow to boost the speed of his projectiles. Each pupil was also to select a school of magic to study and utilize in combat. Thorinus always wished to select multiple schools, but being limited to just one, he chose the School of Illusion. As a younger child, he displayed a desire to study the alchemical arts and did his best to gain understanding of some of Valenwood's numerous unique species of flora. After finishing his studies, Thorinus decided it was time to get out and see the sights. Having lived in Orenthia his whole life, he knew exactly where the skooma smuggling crews came and went, and so he joined one. It was a crew mostly comprised of fellow wood elves, which allowed him to easily integrate within the group. But there were a few Khajiit among the elves, who were masters of the arts in infiltration. Over time, Thorinus learned the techniques necessary to sneak around enemies, leap great distances, and infiltrate secure premises. His fellow crewmates were shocked at how quickly he picked up some of these techniques, lending to his strong agility and intelligence. In just a few short years, he was one of the leaders of the crew, responsible for smuggling directly into the Imperial city itself. Of course, being a highly talented individual, participating in less than legal activities in the capital of the Empire brought on attention from some specific folks. While performing reconnaissance high above the market district late one night, Thorinus was spotted by a noble off for a late-night stroll. The only issue was that this particular noble was a former member of the Imperial Legion, and enjoyed wearing her former armor. One cannot say if he mistook her for an Imperial city guard, or if he was seeking revenge on those that in his eyes had ruined his upbringing. In any case, Thorinus swiftly put a throwing knife between her eyes and ran off. When his mission was complete, he went to sleep and awoke to a Dark Brotherhood speaker seeking its newest member. Coming face to face with one of the most dangerous killers in the Empire was reason enough to agree to join, and Thorinus was soon performing missions for the Night Mother. However, soon into the beginning of the newly minted assassin's career, he was caught by the guard and sentenced to life in the Imperial City prison. Often his only companion was Valandreth, who he loathed with all his being. Although, on some groggy morning in the 427th year of the Third Era, Thorinus would be dragged from his cell and put on a boat with little explanation. On the last night before they were scheduled to arrive on the island of Vardenfell, he would begin to understand why he was here. And so with that, we will press New Game.
They have taken you from the Imperial city's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
Our name is Thorinus.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go. This is where you get off. Come with me.
We've been on a boat for a very long time, so it is wonderful to get out. And we had barely seen the sun at all before we were thrown into this boat after
Get
leaving
yourself
prison.
up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
So, here we are. Welcome to Vardenfell.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
I'll turn up the volume just a little bit. Thank you. We'll go with that. That might be a little better.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Thank you, Aldi. Alright, so we are a wood elf. We'll pick a random face and hair here. How about that and that? Sure. This is our character. This is Thorinus. Thorinus, the wood elf. It's these bonuses here. Big bonus in marksman. We will end up actually selecting all of these in our major and minor. We get 75% disease resistance, and we can command creature up to level 5 for 600 seconds.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release. Head on in.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
Our selection will be that we will fill out the forms ourselves, creating a custom class. We will name the class... You want to go ninja or you want to go smuggler? I think smuggler is better. We'll call the class smuggler. It is a stealth class. The favorite attributes are intelligence and agility, as I specified in that pre-game exposition. The major skills: acrobatics, sneak, marksman, illusion, and short blade. Those are the major skills. The minor skills are light armor, hand-to-hand, security, alchemy, and enchant. Thorinus, back when he was studying as a child, studied short blade, marksman, illusion, and hand-to-hand, and then gained the remaining skills either in his early childhood or while he was working in the smuggling group. He learned the acrobatics, the sneaking, and the security from the Khajiit in his crew. He learned the alchemy from, just kind of walking around in the forests outside the city he grew up in, and Valenwood being home to a lot of plants, very unique plants. He was able to do that. Enchant is kind of a dump stat. I don't really have quite the justification for it at the moment, but we can say that it is one of the things that he began studying in his brief time with the Dark Brotherhood, which is why it is only a minor skill and he is not that good at it. Yes, we are Thorinus the Smuggler.
The letter that preceded, you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
Thorinus was born under the sign of the Shadow. He gets the Moon Shadow power, invisibility for 60 seconds on self.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Alright, so Thorinus, the Wood Elf. Smuggler, born under the Shadow. Health is 30, that's awful. Magicka is 50, that's okay. Fatigue is 150, that's great. these major skills, we have very high points in all of them. The minor skills, we have pretty good points in all of them. And then all of this is pretty poor. But that is okay. I am only running Open Morrowind and the Delayed Dark Brotherhood mod. Since I'm doing a light armor build, I don't want to get the second best light armor set in the game immediately. And I'm using Open Morrowind so that it's more stable and I can use it in 1080p. And it's stable. I wanted to keep it relatively light on the modding, so we're doing just a couple here. But all of this looks good. And so we can begin.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
This is our release identification. For release by Emperor Uriel Septim VII's decree to the district of Vardenfell in the province of Morrowind. Name Thorinus, race Wood Elf, class smuggler. Signed, that guy to our left, agent of the Satanine Imperial Census and Excise. 16th of last seed, 3rd era, 427. We shall take this. And we now have the inventory menu. Great. That's what we look like. We're just wearing our prison robes at the moment.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Celas Gravis.
Sounds like they just unlocked this door for me. We'll close it on our way behind. Alright, there's a dagger on the table. I feel like I probably should just take this, so we'll immediately participate in thievery. And now we have our weapon that we can use. There's a lock. There's a locked chest and a lockpick here. Okay. Can we unlock this? There we go, and we got in. 31 gold. I'll take it. Absolutely. They're just gonna leave all this stuff out here, like, might as well. Like, what's in here? Engraved Ring of Healing. Interesting. They're just gonna leave this stuff out here? I don't know. Alright, press E to talk to the captain. Select topics. Okay. First, let me take your identification papers. Thank you. Word of your arrival only reached me yesterday. I am Celas Gravis, but my background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why you were released from prison and shipped here. But your authorization comes directly from Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself. I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are a free man. But before you go, I have instructions on your duties. Instructions from the Emperor. So pay careful attention. What are my duties? This package came with the news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Cosades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius Cosades. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you, and a disbursal to your name. So, I got 87 gold, so now we have over 100 gold to start this playthrough with. You know, this guy told me to serve him as if I would serve the Emperor himself. I'm not too big a fan of that Emperor guy, so I think I'll just ignore Caius Cosades for now. I don't really need to follow him. So let's see, we have 118 gold. The directions. Thorinus, you have been given these directions in a package of documents. Do not show them to anyone. Do not attempt to read the documents in the package. The package has been sealed and your tampering will be discovered and punished. Follow these directions. Proceed to the town of Balmora in Vardenfell district. Report to a man named Caius Cosades. He will be your superior and patron. You will follow his orders. His residence is not known, but ask at the corner club called South Wall. People there will know where to find Caius Cosades. When you report to Caius Cosades, deliver the package of documents to him and wait for further orders. Remember, you owe your life and freedom to the Emperor. Serve him well, and you will be rewarded. Betray him, and you will suffer the fate of all traitors. I have the honor to prepare this at the direction of His Most Sovereign Majesty, the Emperor Uriel Septim Glabrio Bellinius, personal secretary to the Emperor. You know, this line here, I owe him my life and freedom. That's kind of true. I was in prison for life. And he's like, sure, you're coming out. He was the guy who got me out of prison so that I didn't have to deal with that asshole dark elf Valen Dreth anymore. Maybe we will go to Caius Cosades. Well, the boat's already gone. Can't go back now. Hello, Fargoth. You are also a wood elf. Were you the one the boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of the day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring. I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before their weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth Ritual. An engraved healing ring, family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you? Well, it might be that ring that I picked up in the barrel. I think I have it. Should we give it to him? I think we might want to, improve our karma here. So we'll give it to him. You found it. Amazing. Thank you, thank you. You are now my favorite friend. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Ariel, who runs the trade house here. Go see him. He'll be happy to see you now. You know, I did find it, but I kind of don't like the Imperials. I don't want to help them out. Although they're probably just going to take it away from them again. Well, at any rate. Who are you? You are Fargoth. You're a commoner. What rumors do you have? I heard there's been some trouble up at Fort Frostmoth. Never heard of it. It's on an island called Solstheim, north of Vardenfell. Okay. What services are here in this Sadanine town? You have food and sundries from Ariel's trade house. It's also where you'll find anyone who offers training. Not much else in the way of services in this damp little squat. I get the feeling that he doesn't like this place very much. No secret? If you think of traveling up country near Sheogorad or out Molagumur way, or inside the ghost fence, you need to know about Corpus. It's a disease that turns normal creatures into beasts, turns men into twisted, mad lumps of flesh, superhumanly strong and full of hatred. You get Corpus from fighting with diseased creatures. Hard to get Corpus, but harder to get rid of it. In fact, I hear there is no cure. Well, the good thing is there, little Fargoth, I have 75% disease resistance, so I'm not worried at all. No,
If there is anything I can do, I am humbly at your service.
I'm just gonna go hang out with all these diseased creatures, and everything's gonna be totally fine. Is this the trade house?
What's this about?
I'm looking to get out of Sadanine, and I'd be happy to give you a little advice. I don't want to be in here longer than I need to be. This place sucks. Take the Silk Strider to Vivek or Balmora. Fast and cheap. No trouble with wild animals, and smugglers, and bandits, and outlaws. Go see Darvame Hlaron over at the Strider Port. Over the bridge, and east along the water. And tell her Vidinius Nucius sent you. I probably won't. Let's go trade here. Is that a mud crab out there? Looks like it. Alright. This guy's so much taller than me.
Please, feel free.
I'm
Talk at your
so
leisure.
short compared to this guy. Look at the height difference. That's what I love about this game, is that they really, kind of went for it when it comes to character building. Alright. What are your most popular potions? Cure common disease and cure blight disease are the most popular with travelers. Fortify strength, endurance, speed, agility. Fortify personality. Fortify fatigue. Restore health and restore fatigue. Grief, Sheen, Flynn, Matza, and Sujamma. Popular scrolls, Vigor and Vitality. CV Intervention and Divine Intervention. Summon Skeletal Minion. Drathus's Winter Guest does a lot of damage at a touch. Hard to whittle a too tough opponent down to size. Well, let's see what you got. You get a lot. You had those scrolls you were talking about. Alright. Well, do you have any throwing items? Or do you just have the bows? Because I would love to have some throwing knives or ninja stars, because that is what I prefer. And that is the preference here, but it does not appear that way, so we will probably just have to go with the chitin to start. Or chitin. Chitin. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm from Valenwood. We don't have that over here. We'll say chitin. So short bow, and then arrows. We'll get 40 arrows. We have a short blade, so we're good on that front. So this total cost is 51. Can I buy some armor pieces? Let's see. Armor rating. Those are identical in armor rating. Okay. Let's get the Netch leather. Should we? Or... Nah, the boots and the cuirass will match. So we'll go for the Nordic fur cuirass and boots. That'll cost us 88. Are there any gloves or something? The chitin. Oh, there's a lot of chitin, but it is a little bit more protecting, but it's also more expensive. We don't have a lot of money, so we're just gonna roll with this, I think, for now. Okay. And there we go. We can put on these items. Now we're a little bit better protected. Let's take a look. Yeah, there we go. So now our armor rating is 2. Better than 0. We will disequip this lockpick and equip the bow and the arrows. And put that away for now.
What's this about?
So we have powers and we have spells. Let's see. So we've got the Beast Tongue and Moonshadow powers. Those are like once every 24 hours. They don't cost anything, which is good. We have Chameleon and we have Sanctuary.
Any time now.
Okay. So we're doing pretty good for ourselves, I think. Oh, what was that noise? I have no idea. So I'm an officer of the Imperial Legion. Move along. What advice do you have? Nobody's gonna hold your hand in the Legion. In the Imperial cult, they just test your faith in your shoe leather. But here, your superior gives you orders and you find you're out of your depth. You're supposed to be smart enough to be patient, get some training, experience, and new equipment, and try it again later when you're better prepared.
Yeah.
So that's why every single one of you is also an asshole. Makes sense. So, who are you? Advice: stay away from the mud crabs, swamp fever, or join the Tribunal Temple. Initiates get free cure disease at the shrine. Maybe I'll do that. You're an outlander, maybe you don't know about the kinds of Daedric ruins we have here in Morrowind. Daedra cults worship the bad Daedra. You can learn more about that at the temple. Anyway, long ago, before the temple put a stop to it, people used to worship bad Daedra. Molag Bal, Malakath, Sheogorath, and Mehrunes Dagon at Daedra shrines, but lately, since the Empire came in, some people have taken up worshipping the bad Daedra at these old sites. And I warn you, these are dangerous places. So we will avoid that for now, because I'm not very good at anything. You are Indrella Rathrion, Commoner. Good to know. Nice to meet you.
Outlander.
Bungler's Bane. I don't know what this does. Well, at least the first effect is that it drains the speed attribute. Hypophagia. That drains luck. Okay. Little advice from you. Some rough customers come into town now and then for supplies. I think they might be smugglers and bandits holed up locally. You're doing a public service to clean them up. Might find yourself some nice loot in the bargain.
I'm waiting.
So, there are smugglers around. Should I, try and go after them? Maybe not. As I have 30 health. How far can I jump? I can jump a ways. I can always, use my hand-to-hand skills to just beat somebody to death. Hello. You do not have anything I can talk to you with.
I haven't much time.
Unfortunate. Alright, well, that seems to be about it for this town. Let's go take on this mud crab. I think that'd be fun. See what we can do. So let's walk, get our fatigue up. There's no other enemies in the area, so we can take them out. Oh, that did a lot of damage. And there we go. Took it out. Just 2 shots. Awesome. And I got one of my arrows back. You love to see it. And there's crab meat that restores fatigue. That's the first potion effect. Good to know. So if we want to make restore fatigue potions, we can kill mud crabs and get their crab meat. Okay. I think that I would rather walk around, get to know the place, as opposed to just take the silt strider. What's his name? Nah, I didn't write his name down in the journal. Unfortunate. Okay. Platwad, Narmak are that way. Pelagiad and Vivek are that way. Ebonheart and Balmora are this way. So, let's then go on to Balmora. The Silt Strider's right there, and we don't need to go that way. Luminous Russula. 2 of them. Ooh, they give you water breathing. Awesome. What is this down here? This is off the path. Is this like a cave or something? I don't know. Violet Coprinus. That gives water walking. So we had water breathing from the Luminous Russula. And from the Violet Coprinus, we have water walking. That's cool. Slough Fern. Alright. Let's continue to get all these ingredients here. Okay. What's going on in here? Adamasartus. That's a person. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Shit. No, I missed. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Surrender your life to me and I
Yes!
will end your pain.
You are talking while you're dead. I feel like that's not possible. Tanissi Verethi. Okay. You had... Ooh, Netch leather boots. That's light armor. Get 2 arrows back. Chitin dagger. Gold 4. Slave key. Interesting. Alright, well. Hey, we got some loot there. That's great. Let's go back to the trade house and sell it. I might have to install the mod that mod that lets you harvest alchemical ingredients like in Oblivion and Skyrim. That might be a good quality of life mod for future
You've piqued my interest.
play sessions.
Please, share your thoughts.
Okay, so let's go to barter here. That gives an armor rating of 5. These also give an armor rating of 5. These are heavier, so they're just worse. So we'll sell those. And we can... Okay, so that's 334. That's 445. The chitin dagger is worse. So we will sell that. Okay. And... perfect. We made 7 gold off of that encounter. Graphic Herbalism is the name. Okay. Might have to do that.
Let's hear it.
Alright, so our health is about half.
What's this about?
I killed that smuggler. I'm not sure I want to go any further because that took out half of my HP and it was the first enemy in the game. So I think I will just start walking on the way to Balmora. We'll get more of these. They're only worth 1, so it would probably be best if we can find the other ingredients to do water walking or water breathing. These are the luck drainer, or the speed drainers. Okay. So we're continuing on the path. Let's load up the Sanctuary spell, as opposed to the Chameleon spell. These are the only 2 spells that I've learned, or the only 2 spells that I remember how to do after my stint in prison. So we're gonna start getting out of Satanin here. It's a pretty village, but it does have that Imperial architecture that I just don't normally like. As someone who grew up in a town that was, you know, sort of unfairly run by Imperials. So that's the way to Ebonheart. We want to get to Balmora, so we will continue along this path. That's a big mushroom. A rat. Oh shit, a rat! Alright, that is that dealt with. I did not get any of the arrows back, which is unfortunate. There's an Imperial fort over there. Looks like a building way off in the distance. Okay. Pelagiad and Balmora are off to the left. So let's go off to the left. Oh, let's kill these mud crabs so we can get more ingredients that restore fatigue. I think that will be good. Mud crabs have no health on them. They have less health than rats. I only got the arrow back. I didn't even get any meat. Can we get down here and get these, like, clams? Nothing from that one. Nothing from that one. I was hoping for, like, a pearl or something, but no. What are these? Marsh marrow. What effect do these have? These restore health. Using my alchemical knowledge, I Remember these. Restore health. Great. There's another mud crab up there. Can we get crab meat? No. But hey, at least we're getting some upgrades in our skills. We're already halfway to a level in marksman. What? How did that miss? Okay. And there we go. Now we got crab meat. What is that over there? Something like earthworks. Interesting. More marshmallow. What is this over here? Creche weed. The whole thing is one plant. Okay, so creche weed gives you creche fiber, and that restores luck for 1 second. Okay. Manamu. Oh, hello, friend. I have the feeling that you are not a friend. What's our short blade? Our short blade's 35. Let's get the dagger ready. We'll try and get this guy with the dagger.
I have the upper hand.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, first death of the playthrough. We got rolled. So maybe we're not ready to take on that cavern yet. Such is the thing when you have a maximum health of 30. Well, good to know. And since this is not permadeath, you can just reload. How many arrows do I have left? I have 24 arrows. So we'll ration those and we'll go with the dagger for some time here. Let's get back on the road. And then approach this town from the front instead of the side. Oh, what is that thing down there? That looks like something I'm going to need to use arrows for. Well, let's try and snipe it. Let's see if we can't snipe it. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Pull the dagger out. 1 HP, 1 HP, come on, 1 HP, 1 HP. There we go. I got it. That was a guar. Got 1 arrow back, got the guar hide. There we go. We're killing things. I got that last 2 hit, those last 2 hits in with the dagger too. Gold cannet flower drains health. A lot of negative alchemical effects here. Not a lot of positives. Stoneflower restores strength. Good to know. Maybe when I begin training my alchemy further and trying to recall the knowledge that I had as a child back when before I went to prison, maybe I'll be able to discern more of the effects of these things. For now, all I know of Coneberry is that it drains fatigue. Maybe we'll learn more as we go on and as we advance in skill level. But for now, let's visit this town. Is this Pelagiad? I believe that's what the sign said. Pelagiad, yes. Okay. So then here we are.
Speak, traveler.
Dralas Gilu. You have nothing. You do not want to talk to me. I understand. Guard. Advice. Nobody's gonna hold you. Someone already told me that. Don't carry those cheap armorers' hammers around with you. Hammers are dead weight. Buy them and use them on the spot. If you're a short blade specialist and you like to travel light, it's often cheaper to own and carry backup weapons. Good to know.
What's this about?
What's going on here in Pelagiad? Halfway trade house, couple of merchants, a few colonists, and Fort Pelagiad. Most of us are outlanders, colonists from the Empire, adventurers looking for our fortunes. To the west of town, roads lead southwest to Satanine, that's where I came from, south to Ebonheart, southeast through the Ascadian Isles to Vivec, and north to Balmora. We have no travel services, but walking is good exercise. Okay, is this the halfway house? Now, here's a trader. Mabestian Ents. What a name. Well, we can trade some things with you. These are all worth 1 because they're so readily available, so we will not be trading them. The Cork Bulb Root. We can only sell that for 1. It is not worth it to sell anything that I have here.
Yes, friend.
But can I buy more arrows? Oh, you have throwing stars. They're worth a lot, but hey. Darts, silver darts. I think we will try and buy some darts. That'd be 68. We can't afford that. We can buy, like, yeah, that'll get rid of all of our money to buy 6 darts, but we'll do it. Okay. And now we will equip the darts. Awesome. Alright, so I have no money. Well, you know, I can sell a lot of those things worth 1. And hopefully they will be sold for 1. For example, we'll sell all of this heather. That is only worth 2 gold. If I can sell 1 individually, that'll get me 1. I can sell all of these things individually. And he'll offer 1 gold every time. So we'll get some gold for this. Now this is mercantilism at its finest, folks. Awesome. And then we'll sell the Luminous Russula. Sorry about the noises, they're a little annoying, I know. But one must make sacrifices when participating in the world of business. We're making big money moves here. And now we have 20 gold. There we go. So now we're doing a little better than we were before. I think that we can ask the people around to see if there's anything to do, but I have no intention of doing anything relating to the Imperial Legion because those people ruined my childhood. So we will avoid them. We will not participate in their scheming and their scamming. People down here might have more to do. So, hello, what is your name? Ferucia Salas. You're a commoner. Got any advice for me? Thinking of setting yourself up as a mercenary questing here? Not much call for that around here. Rats and the occasional bandit are our only problems. Any rumors? Just Solstheim. I don't care about Solstheim. What do you know about Pelagiad? Okay. Alright, so
My time
the
is
vibe
precious,
I'm
so
getting is
make
that
it
there
quick.
is really nothing to do here. Nothing for me, at least. Looking for work, not much around here. Better head to one of the towns to the north, Balmora and Aldrune. Try the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild, or head for the big city, Vivec, to the east. So then, we will take the advice of the people that really matter, and get out of here. Alright, so get back on the road. We'll make our way up to Balmora. Our health is somewhat low, so it might not be the worst thing in the world to try and rest up on the side of the road for a little while. Balmora is this way, as I suspected. So sure, we will get up on the side of the road here and rest for 3 hours. Okay. Got a good amount of health back. It is dark out, but hey, now we can see the stars for the first time in a very long time here in Vardenfell. And continue on the path towards Balmora. Hopefully we can get in before midnight and find a bed to rent. There's a random person out there. Alright. Balmora is to the right. I don't know what's to the left, but we'll need to follow this road here. What do you have for me?
How does the day greet you, friend?
A bandit nearby? He's just walking along here and minding your own business. Bandit jumped at you from behind. He was a dark elf. Strong, dashing dark elf. He didn't harm me in any way, although he did take my jewels. He was quite gentle, and he talked to me for what seemed like forever. Oh man, she's down bad. What's that? Oh, never mind the jewels. I just want to find the bandit again. He was charming and funny. I simply must see him again. His name, Nelos Omar, a name that will stay on my lips for eternity. Perhaps you can find him for me? Please, I cannot live without knowing if he could ever love me. I have nothing to offer you in return, but you could you not help me for the sake of love? We'll find him. I'll try and thank you so. I'm sure you'll be able to find him. He mentioned something about having to head north, so I imagine he might be found in Pelagiad. We're literally north of Pelagiad right now. I feel like you don't know where... Pelagiad is south of here. Pelagiad is literally south of here, but you know, I'm not the one living in Morrowind right now, so maybe you know better than I do. This is what we call a bad case of being down bad, folks. Down so bad that you would try and get in the pants of someone who literally just robbed you of your valuables. I get the feeling that that's just not something that you're gonna want to do in real life. But what do I know? We'll ask around. We'll ask the town if they know anything about this bandit guy. And the first person I'm going to go to is probably the commoners down here. Let's talk to this Argonian again. See if he has any information for me. Nope, you don't. Do you know anything? Nelos Onmar. Handsome fellow. Quiet. I don't think he actually lives around here, but he's often around. You might check in the halfway tavern. Quite a few folks gather in that place. So let's walk up to the halfway tavern. And when we get there, we'll ask around for this Nelos guy. And then when I get a yes or no answer, I'm going to go back to that woman and then tell her that he's not interested, but I am, though. Hey, there you go. Halfway tavern. Here we are. Not this guy. Oh, this guy looks particularly dashing. Yes.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
You are Nelos. Oh. Okay. And then we'll go back and deliver the note. And then they can all live happily ever after. Right?
You're on your honor. Don't press your luck.
Rude. That guy's so mean for no reason. We'll just jump on down here using our superior acrobatics. Our acrobatics is 40. Okay. So then, we'll get back on the road. Talk to that woman, deliver the note. Oh wait, let's read the note. Let's read the note. We're absolutely reading the note. Mori, truly I was enchanted with you from the moment I saw you. I beg your forgiveness for my past transgressions. While I cannot imagine what a woman of your beauty and breeding would see in a rogue such as me, I thank the gods that you have sent for me. I will come to you as soon as I can. Until then, yours, Nelos. What does he mean by breeding? I'm concerned. Is it because she's a noble? Is that what he means by breeding? But like, you can really pick a better word than that. Surely. I don't know, man. That's something. Okay, we're not going to go into that random cave, as much fun as it sounds. I could... Oh, what is that? I can barely deal with the creatures on the roads for now. Well, if we only get mud crabs from here on out, we'll be fine. I was dealing with those just fine, but... Alright, we'll talk to this person up here.
What can I do for you, friend?
He gave you a letter to me? Wonderful, thank you so. I knew that he cared. You know, you didn't have to do all this for me, and I really appreciate it. You're clearly a wonderful person. You should visit my friend Emusette Braquis in Tel Arun. She's a wonderful person, and I think the two of you would get along famously. Okay, well, we'll have to look her up when we get to Tel Arun, wherever that is. And maybe there will be some kickback in it for us. Okay. Well, at any rate, we'll continue along to Balmora. I'm going to assume that we go right instead of left into that cave. Our fatigue is 0. So I'm hoping that there's no enemies along the road here that might ruin our day. Oh, what is that? That is scary. I don't like that at all. Let's surely that's some sort of ruin, and that's not actually Balmora, because that is not a place that I really look like I want to go to. And here, there's something screaming. I guess it's that thing, isn't it? It seems friendly enough. Okay. Ghost Gate and Balmora. Balmora is this way. I'm gonna follow Masser and Segunda here. Through this little valley. And now into this black thing. This is a spooky area right here. Or right underneath that ruin. Alright. Ghost Gate, Balmora, Caldera. Okay. Balmora is this way. That thing is... that gives me the creeps. I don't want to go there at all. Okay. Balmora and Caldera are left. Ghost Gate is straight. We're gonna go to Balmora. What time is it? It is midnight. So, looks like there's a fort here. Yeah, this looks like a Legion fort. We'll just confirm that with this sign here. Moonmoth Legion fort. Balmora and Caldera are this way, so we will continue along this path and find our way into Balmora. Balmora is left, so presumably Caldera's up that way. We're going to Balmora. Creshweed. Rue Brush. Drains your willpower. I haven't gotten one of those before. Oh, it looks like it's a Silt Strider, I think. I think I recognize that from Seydanin. Okay. We're almost there, I think. Oh! Turning the corner? Welcome to Balmora. This is a beautiful city. Wow. Balmora. This is beautiful. Built up in the river valley here? Wow. With the bridges crossing? This is a beautiful city. Well, we made it without too much trouble. Only had to kill a couple of enemies. And I completed a quest while I was on the way there. So, yep. Welcome to Balmora. Welcome, thank you.